Hey guys, it is Deborah, and welcome to your third workout in the Freedom in Mobility movement series. I cannot believe we are already halfway through now the movement series and halfway through the month of January 2022. Doesn't it just seem like time goes by faster and faster every year? It's crazy. Well, today it is all about the elbows, the wrists, and the hands, which are very neglected areas of the body until they are injured, right? Well, I commend you for being with me here today because you are doing amazing things for yourself and your body. Like all the other workouts in this movement series, we have a 15-minute long stretch session. We have 10 moves. Each of the moves we're going to be doing for a minute and a half. The first 45 seconds is dedicated to dynamically moving through our end ranges so we can get at that mobility. And the second 45 seconds is dedicated to statically holding at our end range so we can elongate the muscles and improve our flexibility. You can do this workout sitting or standing. The choice is yours, but yours alone, all right? We're gonna go ahead and get started, so get comfortable. We're gonna start with our shoulder tap. So extend the arms on out, breathe in to lift the chest. Exhale and draw the bottom tips of the blades down towards your back pocket. Abs stay engaged the entire time that we are moving. We're gonna tap our fingers towards our shoulders. And that's it, all right? Let's go ahead and do it. All right, so just tap and extend, holding a split second at the extension element. So the elbow is a secondary joint to the shoulders and the wrists. I say that all of the time. In this case, the biceps and the triceps, which connect both to the shoulder and the elbow, are what we need in order to have our elbow moving freely. So there's a little bit more of bicep work here. We're gonna stretch them on out, mobilize them, feel really good today. Tap. If you can't go all the way to your shoulders, that's absolutely fine. Just go through a range of motion that works for you wherever you are at today. We're gonna hold now, so extend the energy on out through your fingertips while you simultaneously draw the arm bone back into socket. You might already feel yourself loosening up with just that movement pattern, all right? Stretch the biceps. If you want to extend the arms a little bit behind you to feel and deepen your stretch for your bicep, that's absolutely fine. Be kind for yourself, but challenge. Yes, challenge yourself to grow. Yes. Breathe and release. Keep going. Feel every cycle of breath. If you wanted to readjust, whether that's sending the energy out or pulling the arm bone back in. All right, let's bring the tips of the fingers together and extending on out. Getting at those triceps now, so hold for a split second on the extension. Good. Yes, so like a windshield wiper here. Wiping away all of our woes, making room to be able to see and be free. Out, in, out, in. Good. Feeling it a little bit in your shoulders? You should. So brace those abs. So a lot of the tendons and the ligaments start taking over in the shoulders when in reality, we're gonna hold. They need to release, and they release by engaging the abs more. Extend on out, pull those arm bones in, feel the stretch. Yes, yes. Come on guys, you got it. Breathe it in, let it on out. You're doing it. Remember, not every day you feel as strong as you did the day before, so honor where you are at today. It's not about breaking records. It's about just doing one more stretch than you would have done otherwise. One stretch is better than no stretches, right? One movement is better than no movements. We're gonna stir the pot now. So as if we're making a gravy or a sauce and we're just cooking it up in the kitchen, just stir it away. Chest stays lifted, keeping that posture. Good. Stir. Big stirs. We're bringing the fingers towards the midline in this one. We're gonna go the other direction the next time. It's very easy to start leaning over. I just caught myself. All right. And I have to apologize because it has been a very sunny day today, and I have no control over the lighting behind me. I know it's supposed to be behind the camera instead of being behind me, but we're gonna hold here, right? Stretch. In this case, I have been battling lighting all day, so I'm feeling very angelic right now, but maybe that's sending you good vibes of positive energy and happiness and lightness. But we're gonna go in and out of being dark and light today in today's entire stretch session. So bear with me as I continue to look for a new place to live. It's gonna be an exciting thing. I'll certainly keep you in the loop as to where I end up. I'm so excited to be able to have more space. I know my plants are overgrowing me here. We're all doing good, but it's time to continue to allow ourselves to grow. And that includes when we've outgrown the space that we're in. We're gonna make circles the other way and stir our pot. I think that's a huge element to recognizing and being aware of what's best for you. You know when it's time to go, you know when it's time to move on and evolve. And honestly, I learned those things from just showing up to my exercises, my mat, and the work that I do here. It really does transpire to my confidence, my well-being, my mental health, in addition to my physical health. So, you feeling it? Feeling it. I am. Starting to feel a lot more looser. All right, now we're gonna hold a little bit behind. I know these are a little awkward with these two movements, but I wanted to keep them in here because it's important to also keep the chest stretched. So we're widening across the collarbone. Yes. If you want to bring the arms a little bit more up and towards the middle of the back, depending on how flexible you are, it will get at your triceps a little bit more. Really heading on to the wrist after for our next move. Breathe in, chest lifted. You got it. Exhale out all the stress, the anxiety. If you're here with me today. All right, next we're gonna take our hand, forearms parallel to the ground. We're just gonna move the wrist on out to the outer edges of our mat, so away from our midline. Neutral, on out. Ulnar deviation, good. Simple movements. Modification is up in the right hand corner if you wanted to go deeper. This is a movement pattern that had saved me a lot of trouble in my waitressing days. I waitressed for a good 12 years. We're gonna hold it now. So hold it with our wrists moving out towards the edge of our mat. Chest stays lifted. I find myself leaning forward. Chest stays lifted. Inner armpits are moving back. That will help relax everything in the shoulders. Keep stretching. Yes. Honestly, all those years I've carried a tray, and thank goodness I didn't have to do the big tray up above my shoulder. I was not strong enough for that. I've had to do it before, but I always rested the tray on my shoulder. But doing wrist exercises were tremendously helpful in gaining that. Now we're gonna go towards our midline, so the opposite direction, radial deviation. So you'll feel the stretch and the work on the opposite side of the wrist. You feel it? I always feel this one a little bit more than the one we just did. Good. Doesn't look like much, but it's so important to the health of your wrists. Whether you are actively working using your wrists, you could even be on a computer, and you all know how much wrist problems you can get just from the keyboard and whatnot, right? Good, now let's hold it. Stretch. Bringing it towards your midline. Arms still stay parallel to the forearms, stay parallel to the ground. Elbows in line with the shoulders. Good. So the muscles in our forearms are just as important as the biceps and the triceps to helping us get our full range of motion for the elbow, which is why we're including them in today's work. All right. Good, good, good. Stretch it, stretch it. Breathing in and out. All right, we're gonna take our hands like this and we're going to bring them on out. Up and out. I always think of mange. Getting at the wrist extensors. Yes. Up and out. Up, out. Hold for that split second at that end range. Good. This is our dynamic movement. You're doing so good. Doesn't look like much, but you can feel it right there in the top part of the wrist. All right, now we're gonna hold it in this extension position, all right? Getting at those wrist extensors. Breathe in, chest lifted. Blades towards the back pocket. Yeah, just everything begins to loosen up the more you get comfortable with that posture. The more we retrain the brain to lift the chest and have greater control over our shoulder blades, then we will be able to keep our shoulders healthy, which will then trickle down to the elbows and the wrists and then the hands. Good. All right. Let it on out. Now we're gonna come into the extensors. So hands on the mat or a table. We're just gonna rock back and forth, okay? Back and forth, getting the wrist flexors, excuse me. Nothing fancy, just move through your end ranges. Do press down into your base of your knuckles where the fingers meet the palm of the hand. Yes. Abs stay engaged. One of my favorite moves. Probably because I feel it the most. All right, we're gonna hold in that static position. Breathe in. Exhale. Good work. Whew. Middle of January. What shall we all... When will this pandemic end, I should say? All right, next up we're going to take our fingers, we're gonna make a fist, and then we're going to extend. Fist and extend, just like that. Now we're getting at those knuckles in our hands. Squeeze it together and then extend. My mom has arthritis in her fingers, and we're gonna now bring the palms together and push the palms together in a prayer position. Now bring the palms so that the fingertips, the palms are coming outwards, and we're just getting at those fingertips. Good. But she has arthritis in her fingers, so she's always reminding me to take care of my hands. And it's not something we think about, right? We don't think about those things because it's so secondary to us to have access to them. But that's what injuries teach us. Now we're just gonna move our thumb. So we're just going to move our thumb as if we're diving into the water. So just bending it, moving it around. Yeah, just like that. You can feel it in your forearm, right? It would, because it is responsible for moving up the kinetic chain. Everything is connected. Yeah, just waking up your thumb. Let's take the thumbs here. We're gonna now stretch them together. So that way we can get the palms of our thumbs both stretched at the same time. All right, feel it on out. So you've clasping your hands in this opposite direction, and then you can really mimic the stretch depending on what feels good for you and where your tight spots are. Make sure you've extended the entirety of the thumb. Good. So our final move, guys, this is it. The last 10 seconds here. Think about all the work we just did that not everybody does. You can let that go. You should be so proud of yourself for doing that. I am super proud of you. That should give you the confidence and the willingness to continue to show up for yourself. Doing that, not a lot of people do that, and you just chose to do that. So again, you've just done amazing things for yourself. That was really good. I'm feeling a lot better. So thank you so much for joining me here today. That was the third workout in our movement series. Don't forget to subscribe to Aline Posture so you can see some of the other videos I have out there. And if you have more hand problems, I have a variety on moving the hands and the joints in the hands. We've got some more wrist work there, as well as elbows, shoulders, hips. We got everything. So join our community. I would love to see you there. Don't forget to like this video, and I will see you next week for the fourth video in this Freedom and Mobility Movement series. Bye, guys.